Alrighty, here's our next victim. This is a Lawnboy 21-inch self-propelled. This is another mower I found alongside the road. And this was just right down the road, and I actually pushed it home while I was out taking the dog for a walk. It's raining today, so everything is wet. Hey, we do have some oil in the very bottom of the dipstick, so we can get a more accurate reading here. You can see it's right there on the bottom of the dipstick. Doesn't look too bad. It's just pretty stinking low. So let's see what it takes to get this sweetheart running. It's always a good time. The electric start does not work. The pull start acts like it will. Well, doesn't look too good, but it doesn't look too bad. Let's kind of spin this around. I'm going to pull the spark plug wire off just to keep everybody on the comment section happy. There we go. What we're doing is we're looking to see if this blade is about the same on both sides. So that one's about there, and that one's about the same. So there's a good chance our crankshaft is not bent. And that's what we were looking for. Now this is rear drive, so we'll see if we can get all that nonsense to work. See exactly what we got. It is a hot mess under here. She's rusting out like a salt truck in Illinois. But it's not rusted through yet. We'll take the power washer to it if everything kind of checks out and see what we got. Holy cow. Everything's a quarter turn on this sweetheart. There's stuff in there, but I'm not sure it's actually fuel. Yeah, I think we need to dump that out and see what we got. I'm about to whack you in the head. Yeah, that'll get us down low enough we can see if it has any floaties in it. Let's drain the rest of this. There, that'll work. Trying not to whack you with the handlebars. See what bad can happen here. What could it possibly be? It looks a little bit like gas, but it doesn't smell like gas. Then we'll put some gas in it and see what happens. There we go. I guess the label's right set up. That means it's on. Alrighty, let's see if she'll do something. I can tell you it don't feel like much compression, but it says easy pull on it. Oh, forgot to put the spark plug wire back on. Bear with me. All right, it's back on. That's interesting. Like I say, this is out on the side of the road with the trash. And it runs. Now we got to check a few things yet. We need to make sure that our air filter is good, change the oil on it, and we can probably find this one a new happy home. Oh, I'm going to check and see if the self-propel works. Self-propel works. It sounds like it's over-revving a little bit, so I bent that arm to bring the RPMs down a little bit. And I don't know, it works. So let's check the air filter on it. Boy, this is a quick way to make a mess out of the garage. Holy cow. So we'll check the air filter. Change the oil on it. Remember, it was low, so. Wow, the inside that's clean. The outside's not so clean. But the inside is. Pretty sure I don't have one this size, but it needs a new one. It's pretty cruddy. But it's been working. I'll set it back in here for now, but we are going to replace that. I couldn't in good conscience let this move on to a new happy owner without doing that. Now when I say move these to a new home, I seldom ever sell these things, but I do give them away. If I know somebody in need of a mower, I will be more than happy to donate them a used mower with absolutely no guarantee whatsoever. The guarantee is it's running now. This is a mulcher mower, And needs a good power washing, that's for sure. All right, we'll change the oil on it and see what we get. It's got a little grass in it, but it won't hurt anything. It wants to sit down on my cup. I don't want it to. Might get more of my cup holes too. Yep, I think we are. It's the freshly stirred up oil. It's aerated, but it doesn't look super bad. There we go. We'll just set that down on the floor and let it drain for a minute. That's going to be pretty good. Yeah, I know. I can hear the crankcase breather working. Sounds like my dog snoring. Well, we're right almost to the full mark. Let me check it one more time to get all that crud drained down that was draining down the sides. Yep, we're right there. We'll put just a touch more in and call that good. Pretty easy considering how much nobody ever does it. I'm going to guess that's going to be just about right on the mark. Right as rain, since it's raining outside. Now it's just raining a little bit. It's not raining like a cow peeing on a flat rock. It's just a bit more than a drizzle. All right, we're going to pull this shroud off and see how much junk's underneath it. And we're also going to remove the electric start system. The battery on this thing is junk, and the battery costs more than it's worth to fix the system. Well, this is all pretty clean. Nothing too exciting here to clean up. It's part of the automatic choke. But it looks like I need to pull the flywheel off to remove the electric start. That would be a ground for the electric start, so it wouldn't work unless you had the trigger pulled. So let's pull the flywheel. Now we'll give this thing a little bit of a tap with a bar under it. Should pop right up. Just like that. And she's free. Hot dog, I can get around the coil. I'm losing spacers like mad. These are for the shroud. There's one of them. The other one's over there somewhere. And there's a plug-in right there. You just set all that aside. Put put this back on here, and it'll be just like it never had electric start to start with. Get it? Looks pretty good. We'll peel all the rest of this stuff off here, and we'll have all that out of the way. It's just not much of a shroud. Get it all turned around. Flip carb side up. We'll see if the 1/4 inch impact has enough juice to knock this loose. I wouldn't have bet it, but it did. All right, the first thing we're going to do is take one pass on the back side of this thing. And a lot of people say never sharpen this side, but it just takes off the high points and makes it a little faster to sharpen and easier. Here's a lot of noise. I use a flappy wheel to sharpen blades. This one's pretty worn out, but this is not, this is a regular grinder blade, and I don't use those. I use these flappy wheels. So it looks like I'm taking a lot off, but I'm not. And that's how I do this. And I'm going to repeat on this side. Now I'm matching the angle. Most blades are sharpened about a 30-degree angle, and I'm matching that as I'm taking it off. And then you saw me take a swipe underneath. Whenever you sharpen these things, it creates a kerf on the edge. So I come underneath and I take that kerf off, and then I come one more time across the top to break it away. And that leaves me with a nice sharpened blade. And we'll put our bolt back in here. Get our impact back after it. And since I really don't trust that impact to know how tight that is, I'm going to grab a tool and go after it by hand. Another word to the wise, or to the not wise, make sure you always pull the spark plug wire off before you start messing with the blade. You turn that around a couple of times. On the off chance it would fire, you're going to come back with less fingers than you started with. And that's just not a very good story to tell. So make sure you do that. Well guys, that about wraps it up for this mower. We found this and out in the trash. Put some fresh gas in it. It started. We've changed the oil, sharpened the blade on it. Did a few other things to it, and it's pretty much ready to go. We did take the electric start completely off of it because the battery costs more than the mower's worth. But this would be a good mower for somebody this spring, and I'll find a happy home for it. Like I say, I seldom sell them. I usually give them away. But I have no money wrapped up in this thing, so this is a good one to consider giving away. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it.